Well, Hollywood is mourning the loss of one of their own. Actor and director Rob Reiner's legacy reaches far beyond the celebrity spotlight. He was also known for his political activism, promoting marriage equality, LGBTQ rights, and supported many Democratic politicians, including Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign. Joining us now is former Democratic mayor for Los Angeles and personal friend of Rob Reiner, Antonio Villaraigosa. Thank you so much for joining us.
Anna, thank you for having me.
I'm so sorry to hear of your loss, and because of the nature of his grisly death, some of his legacy is getting sort of whitewashed with these nasty headlines. So, what was your reaction when you heard of your friend's passing, and what's his legacy?
Horror, disbelief, couldn't believe it. First heard that it was at his home. And then over time that there were two bodies, and then that it was him and Michelle. Just a real tragedy.
What can you tell us about the complicated relationship that they had with their son?
I don't know anything about that relationship except that, I have met his son, of course. I first met the two of them, Rob and Michelle, in the mid-90s. With his I Am Your Child campaign, a campaign to expose what happens when children don't have early child development, and met him at his home, actually, with Bill Clinton and Hillary. And later, I was Speaker of the California State Assembly, and he asked me to be a chair, one of the chairs of his Prop 10 campaign, which was a campaign to actually fund early child development. It was a tax on tobacco. So it was a double bottom line kind of effort. This was a man with a big and generous heart, a man who wasn't just a great actor and director, the founder of Castle Rock Entertainment, but a man with a big, giant heart. And him and Michelle were the dynamic duo.
Right.
They really were.
And people remember him from When Harry Met Sally and The Princess Bride. But, later in his career, he also became a political activist. Talk about that.
Yeah, people call him a political activist. I think, in the Jewish tradition, there's something called tikkun olam, the repair of the world. I think he was a man focused on repairing the world. And he used politics to get to that repair. He was a man who understood that to whom much is given, much is expected, and always felt he had to pay a debt, if you will, to the least fortunate, to help people who didn't have the kind of success, wealth that he had. A really good man with a big heart.
Yeah. Well, you posted on social media criticizing President Trump's comments over Rob and Michelle Reiner's deaths. Let's take a listen.
Mr. President, have you no decency? Have you no shame? Why would you desecrate the memory of two wonderful people, Rob Reiner and Michelle Singer, and talk about Trump deranged syndrome?
President Trump has since doubled down on his comments, saying their deaths were linked to Rob Reiner's criticism of Trump. What's your response?
It's pathetic. Look, I don't spend all my time talking about Donald Trump.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was pathetic that he would do that after such a grisly murder, as you said, and one that's caused so much pain, not just in his own family, but with so many friends and, colleagues, both on the left and the right in the entertainment world, people that, support Donald Trump as an example. What I found ironic was that, Rob lamented the assassination of Charles Kirk, just as I did. There's no place for political violence in our world. And I think there's no place for people who, kind of dance on the dead body of two great human beings.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.